passion for good living lead the way as the pages move through the hours of the day, offering a string of historical anecdotes to demonstrate the unusual, fantastic, and beautiful ways people have spent time across centuries and continents. It's an agenda turned upside down in favor of the impractical and the ephemeral. Drinking hot cocoa, taking a nap, waltzing until dawn. I hope that in some subtle way, this book, like the giddy characters flitting through the margins of a medieval book of hours, provokes a happily warped awareness of how we pass the time, while suggesting some bold and wonderful ways to spend whatever we've got left. 6 a.m. The circus comes to town. In the early dawn, a riverboat calliope's thin song wafted down the banks of the Mississippi River, where 5 sleepy-eyed boys stood barefoot on the cold sand, peering into the distance. It was 1869, and the circus was coming to McGregor, Iowa. When the twinkling ship reached the dock, a muscle-bound, cursing crew clambered off, and wagon by wagon unloaded the entire show, including an elephant whose weight bowed the gangplank. Meanwhile, the boys, sons of a German father called Ruengling, stood mesmerized. "What would you say if we had a show like that?" the eldest, 17-year-old Albert asked his brothers. Later that summer, the boys charged neighborhood kids 10 straight pins admission to their backyard circus. Eventually, they added a billy goat, then a horse, and upped their fee. By 1884, they'd changed their name to Ringling, and soon enough, after hooking up with Barnum and Bailey, their circus was known as the greatest show on earth. At the turn of the century, nearly 100 small circuses crisscrossed the United States, traveling the rivers, roads, and rails, as enthusiasts gathered in the pre-dawn hours to greet them at every stop. When the circus came to town, we managed to shake out of sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning, poet Carl Sandburg, 1878 to 1967, remembered of his boyhood in Galesburg, Illinois. As soon as his feet hit the floor, he'd grab a slice of bread and butter and sprint off to the yards. Farm families traveled from miles around on circus day. School was canceled, shops closed. Attendants could sell 8,000 tickets in 40 minutes for a big-top show that promised clowns by the dozen, lion tamers, and high-wire acrobats, who in those days were perfecting the mid-air triple somersault. For country folk, the circus provided our brief season of imaginative life, the novelist Hamlin Garland, 1860 to 1940, wrote. In one day, in a part of one day, we gained 1,000 new conceptions of the world and of human nature. In with the circus came the latest songs and jokes. It gave everyone something to talk about. Next day, as we resumed work in the field, Garland wrote, the memory of its splendors went with us like a golden cloud. Just like that, the cloud drifted on. Roaming the deep countryside, circus wagoners lost their way with perverse frequency, one performer remembered. You have slept 4 hours out of 16 and are crawling along in the face of a drenching, blinding rainstorm, soaked, hungry, and dazed. Yet traveling by wagon, one also felt the wild, free, clean abandon of the life, clown Jules Tourneur, died 1931, wrote. Turnover rates were high among circus workers, but there were always romantic souls desperate to run away from home and replace those who had returned. To join the circus was to enter a different world. Circus people had their own slang. An elephant was a punk. Acrobats were kinkers. A joking clown was cracking a wheeze. The cry, "Hey, Rube!" was their call to arms, raised when an outsider violated circus code and bringing anyone nearby to jump into the fray. Sometimes they stayed in town for one night only. While the audience watched the show unaware, a circus train crew disassembled the tented city, packing up the menagerie, sideshow tents, and candy shops. Then